Hello everybody, thank you for joining me this evening. It's the 16th of March, the day before Paddy's Day, and I'm going to sit in and have some fun and do some interesting little things with our new shellac colours. Hi Della. Thank you for joining me this evening. I need a little bit of encouragement here. So we're going to just talk about the new colours, and we're going to do a shellac application from start to finish. So hi Sarah and Della, Andrea, hi. Oh, thanks very much for joining me this evening, you're very good. Oh, it's great to see so many names and faces that you recognise, and it's nearly like a real social thing at this stage. It's like, oh, I'm getting out. Hi Kirsty. Hello. Oh, you're very good. Thanks a million for joining me. So just Sweet Squared are running a series of lives in the month of March, and they're featuring the Irish crew. Woohoo! So I'm kicking off things tonight, and hello from Norway. I was in Oslo, it's beautiful. So I'm kicking things off tonight, and what I'm going to do is a shellac application from start to finish. So it'll be nearly like a little bit of a refresher for everybody, and I'm going to be using the new shellac Extend Wear base coat. I also am lucky enough to have the new 6 colours from the new collection, the Colour of You. And so hopefully we'll have a little bit of time left over at the end, and we'll be able to do like a little bit of artwork. Just depends on time, because we've got like 40-45 minutes, but I know that there's an IMU live on after this, and so it's just that we're not running and rushing everything in on top, one on top of the other. Hi Debbie. Hi Rachel. So yeah, so we've the new colours, we have the shellac application, hopefully some nail art. I'm going to show you the little eye mix as well. It is the dinkiest little thing ever. And I'm going to introduce myself to you, because a lot of people wouldn't really be familiar, especially like the Irish girls like that. A lot of the UK girls, bigger market, you might know us as much. So my name is Susan McGirl, and I'm an Education Ambassador for Sweet Squared. I'm based in the northwest of Ireland. Leave been an educator for Sweet Squared for 8 years now, and I would teach from my own salon academy in Leitrim in the northwest of Ireland. I would also teach from the Dublin Academy, and we also go and do in-house or in-salon training for salon owners who might want their staff like reskilled, upskilled, bit of a refresher course or whatever like that. So yeah, it's good, and we do, like, there's a lot of variety, and I have to say I love it, and sweets are good. So that's it really. We'll get cracking, because I know we're under pressure for time really, and I could sit and talk for Ireland, but I won't do that. So I'm kicking it off tonight. Next week we have Alyssa from Derry, and the following week then we have Noreen from Cork. So it's like March. Today's the day before Paddy's Day. It's the Irish takeover. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a little bit of inspiration. Let's give you a few new ideas and a few hints and tips. If you have any questions, I know some of the other girls are online, and they'll answer your questions if you just pop them into the comment box. At the end of this evening now, I'll take a look back and just say your answers haven't been, or your question hasn't been answered for whatever reason. I'll have a look through the chat box, and I will try and answer all the questions that give a little bit more help that way, okay? So with no further ado, I am going to turn you guys over, and we will get cracking. See you on the other side. So turn this guy over, and we are here. So let me make sure now that you can see. So I'm just going to show you a little quick nail art with on the plate there, because the new trends at the moment are all these French alternate different French tips. Hi Gemma. And so just something quick and easy. Like when we go back to work, we're going to be really busy, hopefully. But you want to do something nice and quick and fun, and that doesn't take too long because, you know, we're all going to be run off our feet. Now I'm taking that out of the way, and I am just going to just run through the new colours with you. Now, this one, Mover and Shaker, it's beautiful colour. I have to say, I have that on my own nails today, and I'm very, very fair skinned, and normally I wouldn't wear those very pale colours, but it's actually lovely. I really like it. It's lovely, lovely finish to it. You also have this guy, which is Change Sparker. And then we have this one, Chance Taker. Seriously, who gets the job of naming these colours? The next CND shellac naming party that's going on, I want to be invited to it, because these guys are having great crack naming all these colours. Like, they have great fun. Try these ones down. This one's Rule Breaker. That's lovely. It's nearly like, do you know what? Everybody's perception of colour is different. And when you're looking, it's really hard when you're looking at colours online, because, you know, everybody's lighting is different, their camera is different. You know, as I say, their perception is different. To me, that one, Rule Breaker, that's really like a peach to me with a little bit of coral in it. It's gorgeous. All of the 6 colours are just plain cream colours. They don't have any shimmer or any kind of added little special bits to it. They're just plain cream colours. This guy is Self Lover, and the last but not least is, this is beautiful, Smile Maker. It's like a real little buttercup colour. It's really nice. So they're a nice collection of 6 colours, and you can have them all, you know, they're perfect for this time of the year, because you're going to be, you know, nice bright colours, and everybody's going to be all excited because we're going to be back to work. It's like, woohoo! The other thing I wanted to show you now quickly is this little guy. I'm moving these things out of the way. Look at this. Like, that just sits in the palm of your hand, and it's the cutest, dinkiest little thing you ever came across. And it's awful easy to use, and it just sits away in the corner. It doesn't take up any space. You pop your little bead, for anybody who hasn't seen them, right? So you open your bottle, pop your little bead into it, and you literally just sit it on the top. It doesn't need to be pushed in or shoved in or anything. It just sits there. The magnet is that's in the little bead that you've put in the colour. There's magnets in the lamp. One's attracted to the other, and it mixes the whole lot up. They have beautiful LED flashing lights to make it look very supersonic, but it's pretty cool, very dinky. Save you, do you know what, one of the ideas I think behind it as well is it's going to save everybody with, you know, it's less, everybody has to consider RSIs really in this job, so it's something else that you have to do. Natalie Green, I got my eye mix this week, love it. I know, they're the best thing ever. They're so dinky really, and they're the little beads and everything like that. There was a big debate going on about whether you should take them out and leave them in or whatever, but like, I mean, overall they're not expensive. I think I'm going to just put them into the colours, and you know, as the colour runs out, you'll be able to just decant it out then and pop it into the new bottle of the same colour. Mine's still in the box, Rachel, seriously, come on, get out and get playing. Right, so I have my one finger ready to go, and we're going to go through a full application from start to finish. And as I say, if you have any questions, pop them in the comment box. So you, of course, are going to have your client wash her hands, and then you are going to use some of the CND Cool Blue waterless hand sanitizer. It's no harm to use it. This is actually a great retail product as well, because, you know, the last time when we were back at work, people were having awful problems with the product just peeling off, and their hands were in ribbons, and the skin, everything was so dry and stripped because of the hand sanitizers, because some of them are really cheap and some of them are really abrasive on the skin. So this is a hand sanitizer, but it's very gentle. So I would say you could retail a bottle like that to a client and get her to keep, you know, the little handbag size bottles that you would have in her handbag that we'd all have for when you're in now the shops or whatever. you can fill that up, decant it in there, and as I say, it's a sale point is the fact that it's not going to dry out or strip the skin as much as some of the other ones. So you're going to put your hand sanitizer on. You're going to go ahead then and you're going to shape the nail. Now, this is a Kanga board, 240 grit on both sides. So you know all the files have a grit size. The higher the number, the less abrasive. The lower the number, the more abrasive. So we would say 240 grit is the right grit that you should be using on the natural nail. You wouldn't use anything less than that because it'll just shred the nail. It's just too abrasive for the natural nail. This is 240 grit on both sides. So when you're filing nails, now the new thing this year apparently coming in is going to be square nails. Listen, it all depends, you know, it depends on the shape of the nails. It depends on, you know, people sometimes go with just whatever trend is running at the moment. And of course, the client, whatever the client says, wins out all the time anyway. But general rule of thumb, if you're filing the nail straight, you're keeping the file perpendicular to the nail. If you want to round off the edges, you're going to tip underneath, round out your edges. Now my nails are short really, so you're not going to get much more advice on how to file your nails except perpendicular for straight, round it off slightly if you want to take off your edges. The only thing I would say to you, if you're going to do like round or almond nails, just don't go mad filing up in there, you see, because that's the lower arch, this little piece here. And sometimes you see people and they file away up in there, they go mad filing into that corner to give themselves a nice almond shape, but that's actually a structure on the nail and it gives your nail your strength. If you have people who come in and the nail constantly breaks there, or like it creates a weak spot if you take out that lower arch, so just be aware of that, okay? Your cuticle work then, you're always going to start at your side wall, use your chisel, you're going to lift and push back all the way around and then down your other side wall, okay? Lifting here always, look at the body of the nail, you're never going to have much build up because people are in and out of pockets and they're washing their hands and they're drying their hands. So anything that's on there is going to get naturally wore away. So really you're going to concentrate down your side walls and across your cuticle line. And I find that here, you know where the cuticle line starts to turn into the side wall, that's where most people gather an awful lot of cuticle. So just pay attention to that little, I know it's not, you can't have a corner on a rounded object, but we'll say the corners of the nails. Okay, so next thing we are going to do then is when you've filed your nail as well, before you start to polish, because it's the most annoying thing in the world is you're getting ready to polish and next thing all the little frilly bits start to peep out from underneath the nail. So just take the edge of your file and run it underneath quickly, back and forth, and then it just stops any of those little frilly bits that have tucked themselves underneath the extension edge. You'll be able to pop them out, okay? So we'll go in then with our Scrub Fresh. So Scrub Fresh is exactly what it says. It's not Rub Fresh, or it's not give it a little wipe of a Scrub Fresh. You know, you actually scrub it. Give it a good old rub. And I would use my finger to push back the cuticle line while I'm doing that. Go down your side walls and then also underneath that extension edge, okay? Now, sometimes you have people who have kind of, you never come across a client that has kind of very soft, spongy skin. So if you, when you're pushing back that skin, because it'll dehydrate the skin slightly, so it'll shrink the skin back, so it'll actually expose more of the nail plate. So especially in somebody who has that soft, kind of spongy skin, it'll pull it back a little bit more, so it allows you a little bit more space to polish nice and neatly, okay? So good old squeak with your Scrub Fresh, and we are going to go in with our Shellac Extend Wear base coat. So this is new. It was brought out there, was probably sometime last year. I'm actually losing track of the days and weeks at this stage. But it was brought out anyway. It just offers a little bit more wear on the on some people's nails. You have your classic base coat, and now you have your Extend Wear base coat. The both cure 10-second cure in the lamp. We'll say this one it's a little bit chubbier, we'll say, in viscosity than the regular one. So it's a little bit fuller, the body of it. You still would apply it quite thin. If you are using the classic base coat on your clients and they're getting the wear out of it that you and them are both happy, you know what, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You don't need to change nothing. If it's working, it's working. This is just another option for you, for if you have somebody who just doesn't get the wear out of their nails and they need they want an extra little bit of wear. So you get about an extra week out of that one. Okay, so as normal, you're going to shake. You wouldn't really need to put the base or the top coats into the eye mix. It's only really for anything that has pigment in it. So the colours really. Now, pulling the skin back, you are going to seal your free edge as normal. And we're going to follow the 5-point polish methods. And I'm going to try and follow it as best I can, crushed underneath this lamp holder or phone holder thing. So down your side walls, as close to the skin as you can get without touching it, and just even it off. Okay, and there's a little thread in there. Pull that through. So use your lights, your overhead lights, to rotate the finger and double check then that you're happy that it's fully covered and that you don't have any little thread stuck in it. And if you have any matte areas on the nail, you've missed that area with base coat. So don't forget, where the base coat goes, the colour coat follows. And as I say, just you can rotate the finger and just use your overhead light to just double check that it's on nice and even. You have no dull patches. A dull patch means you've missed a spot. And you know, it's not going to cure or nothing's going to happen till you put it in the lamp. Take your time. You know, this is your foundation of your whole service. And if you don't apply your base coat properly, nothing else is going to be applied properly as a consequence. So take your time on your base coat, and then we're going to pop it into the lamp for 10 seconds. So button 1 on the lamp. And I am just going to put these guys back in there so it's not boring looking. So, yeah, everybody's loving the eye mix. It's so cool. It's a real dinky little thing altogether. I'm going to show you tonight now. I'm going to use this guy, Mover and Shaker. I absolutely love this. I think it's a great colour. So I had this in the eye mix earlier. So it should be good to go. Look at the colour of that, isn't it lovely? It's like, it's not as, it's brighter, I'd say, than cashmere wrap. And it's just a very dainty little pink. Anyway, we shall get cracking. So you're going to, as normal, pulling back the skin, you're going to cap your free edge, because that just allows you to wear it better. Pull back your skin and cap it, okay? This is like tucking your bed sheets underneath your mattress. It just keeps it in place for a little bit longer. We're going to push it up to the cuticle line. Now look at that new brush. Isn't that fabulous? It just mirrors the cuticle line so that it splays out lovely and evenly, so you can get it in nice and tight. And then you're going to go down one side wall as tight as you can get without touching the skin, and then down your other side wall. Oops. And then even out your application, okay? Double check you're happy, you have everything done. Again, don't panic. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen till you put it in the lamp. Now, pop it into the lamp and button 2S for a 1 minute cure. Has anybody any questions so far? What colour is this, Amy? That is one of the new ones. It's called Mover and Shaker. Thought this were new brushes. They're all new brushes, the new collection. They're great. They're all kind of they're rounded, so they're really easy to use, and they just mirror the cuticle line, so you can get the nice semicircle to match the cuticle line when you're polishing. Wendy, I've been using Gelux and want to change CND with Gelux. They use a bond before base coat. Would I need this with CND? No. CND have their own, every system that you use, or every brand, they're going to have their own procedures and protocols. So with CND shellac, you just need to prepare the nail well, very well, and then you follow on with, as normal, with your whatever base coat you decide to choose, the regular one or the new Extend Wear, and on with your colours. Price is new. Well, Teresa, said I'm in Ireland, so the pricing over here is going to be in euros. So maybe some of the girls over in the UK will give you the UK prices, because I could be leading you totally astray and you wouldn't realise it wasn't sterling I'm talking about. Now, we're going to go with a second layer. Wendy, if you have any more questions about that, you can just pop them into the comment box and someone will answer you. Or else, if you want to tag me in a question or whatever on the CND Nail Professional page, because that has lots of questions on it as well, and it's great. Now, again, on the second layer of colour, we're evening out the colour here. You don't need to cap your extension edge with the second layer of colour. You've already done it with the base coat, and you've already done it with this one. Or the first layer, I should say. So we're just going to even out the application. And you are going to pop that into the lamp for another 1 minute cure. So this is exciting anyway. This is my first live, and you know what, I wouldn't do them before this because I was saying, oh no, I'd be so embarrassed and I would be too shy and everything like that. And then I just said, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it. So it's grand when you get into the swing of it. I had Rachel's head driven mental earlier now, asking her questions. Caldra War. The other colour that I really, really like is this one. It's Rule Breaker. Now I'm going to show you that when I'm doing the design later on. Oh, it's really lovely, so it is. It's like a mix between a coral and a peach. My accent is fab. Oh no. If you want a fab accent, wait and you hear Alyssa next week. She's from Derry. She has the loveliest accent. If you watch that programme Derry Girls now, that's her. She'd probably kill me for saying that. Okay, so we're back in here now with, this is 2 layers of our mover and shaker, and we're fully cured. Didn't you make an apple cake? Oh, I did, and I ate loads of that bloody apple cake, and as a result now I'm on a very strict diet. No more apple cakes for Susie. Right, I'm going to crack on and not get distracted, because that's what I do. I could, as I say, talk away and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. To be distracting me now, me belly will start rumbling and I start thinking of apple cake. The apple cake and the scones. Did you watch the scones that time I done them as well? Did anybody actually make them? I know loads of people made the apple cake, but what happened with the scones? Now, I'm just going to show you, I have, this is a D3, a Lucenti D3. Now, it's a bit battered and worn because it gets an awful lot of use. But anyway, it's grand. I'm decanting a little bit of this one, Change Sparker. I'm going to decant that out and we're going to just do a tip on it. Now, bear with me. I'm in an awkward position. I'm just going to do the outline, okay, and then if you had, look, my nails are short, right? But if you had somebody who had longer nails, you'd probably be able to do this straight with the bottle straight out of the brush, or with the brush straight out of the bottle even. But my little bitty little nails, I'm going to use this D3 because it'll just be easier. So just wiggle it on. Okay. And then I am going to fill it in. So nice little even strokes. It'll self-level a certain amount. Don't put too much pressure on it because you're going to end up then coming. Look at that now. Can you see that colour against the mover and shaker? Isn't it lovely? I think it's really nice. It's not, initially when I seen it, I thought it was going to be very like unearthed, but it's not, as it's more browny than, you know, the way the unearthed is kind of like a grey brown. This is browner again, right? So that's my first little part of my design. I'm going to pop that in the lamp just for 10 seconds, just so that I can set it, just in case. Set it for 10 seconds and make sure then that I don't bump it off anything. And just while I'm talking to you guys, hold on now, nothing as boring as looking at a white sheet of paper and nothing happening. I'm going to pop a little bit of this other guy. I think that's Chance Taker. Do you know what? It takes me ages to get used to the names. So I'm wiping off just wiped off my brush in a little bit of alcohol. What's the name of this brush? A D3. Now this is an old battered D3. Okay, I'm taking a bit of this Chance Taker. Now again, just to show you an idea, and we'll pop it on in that direction. And again, we're just going to fill it in. And pop it in. Now I don't need to set this one for 10 seconds. I'm just going to pop it into the lamp and cure that whole layer, and then I'll have a look at it and see. I might need to maybe touch it up, and I'm not going to put on a second full coat possibly. I'll have a look when I make up my mind. The other thing, just when you see there, don't forget, you don't use your finger to clean off any little bit of product that you touch the skin with. Always use like an orange wood stick or something rather than your finger, because we don't want you having any problems. All right, so we're going to hop into the lamp there for the 10 seconds, and there we have our two colors that we're going with today. The other thing I was going to say to you, we were looking at I was looking at different ideas as well. So hopefully, like that, we're running up to about 6:30. We'll see if we have another couple of minutes at the end. Now I'll show you just a couple of other designs that I've done, just to give you a few other ideas. Alyssa will be on, as I said, next week, and she'll have a few more ideas, and I think she's showcasing the new colours as well. Do you know what? It was very funny because I was answering somebody's question earlier and it came up as Sweet Squared, and I said, oh, I better not do that anymore. I forgot I had to be logged in to Sweet Squared. I wasn't answering as my own. My volume is patchy, did she say? Cure the art colours for just 10 seconds. Amy, I only just kind of froze the first colour just so that I wouldn't smudge it or anything, in case I hit it off anything. The change sparker. When I put on the blue, the second colour, then I popped it into the lamp and done a full cure. Okay, so do you remember when I painted this one on? I only just set that in the lamp for 10 seconds, just in case I'd hit off it or I'd bang off and I'd smudge it. So it just held it in place until I painted on the second one. And then I put the whole lot in and done a full cure. Okay? And probably, do you know what? I have to remember as well to slow down a little bit, because I'm sure my accent it's not even my accent. It's probably some of the things I say. It might be different to people, especially if English isn't your first language. It doesn't really help having somebody talking Irish English, which can be unusual to say the least. Right, I'm just going to add a second layer of this one. Okay, just outline it and then fill it in. It's really nice colour, isn't it? Lovely against the mover and shaker. Thanks, Ange. Did everybody get the new set of colours, or what was your initial thoughts on it? Or look at them, the treads are the bane of a nail technician's life, aren't they? I'm just gonna pull that out now. Look at it. Aha. See, where did they come from? They're like, I think they're sitting in the air, just waiting on you to be ready to go into the lamp, and then when you're not looking, they're going to just hop into your wet polish to spite you. What colour is the second one? The second one, the blue one, is called Chance Taker. So I'm going to pop this in again. I'm just going to set the change sparker just in case I bang off it or hit it coming out of the lamp or something, just so I don't wreck it, because I want to even out the blue one, the Chance Taker again. Okay. So you're Amy, you're definitely ordering Smile Maker though. It's lovely, you know, it's a real little buttercup colour, very pretty. That blue though as well is lovely. It's like Chance Taker, it's like a little cornflower. It's not as dark even as Down by the Bay. Down by the Bay is lovely colour as well, but it's on its own, it's lovely as well. The brown is very much like rubble. I thought so too. It's not actually, you know, not when you look at it in the flesh. You see, this is the thing. It's your own perception is going to be different. Everybody's colour perception is different. And then, you know, different lighting, different camera. Until you actually see it in the flesh, like as they say, seeing is believing. You know, they look different when you're actually looking at them, you know, in real life. What colour, Sue, are you asking me there? Sorry. The blue one. The blue one is Chance Taker. Okay. Right. Here we are. So we're going to do a second layer of the Chance Taker just to even it out. Did I pop that into the lamp? I did. You see, I'm not paying attention now. I'm getting overexcited and getting carried away. So just... I'm going to outline my design, and then I'm just going to even it up. No, the one that looked like rubble is called Chance. No, that's not it. It's called Change Sparker. Now, pop it into the lamp. I was only supposed to set that Change Sparker, the brown one, for 10 seconds, and then I got carried away. And I got overexcited. I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. So anyway, did you all get some of the new colours, or did you decide to wait and see a few more lives, or what was your initial reaction when you seen them? Or what's your favourite? If you could only wear one colour for the rest of your life out of the new 6, which one would it be? Now everybody's like, oh, I don't know. I'll tell you this one. I would love this one. Rule Breaker. It's gorgeous. It's like a mix between a peach and a coral. It's very, very wearable. Really nice colour. I'll show you Teresa now before. Hopefully we have time, and I'll just show you quickly because we cruel now to be talking about a colour and then not show you. So this is our initial design. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put a layer of matte top coat. Look, matte. I do put all of my top coats I have in a drawer, and of course when you're busy and you don't have time to keep on pulling out and looking and pulling, so that I have put white vinyl looks across the tops of all of my top coats, and just permanent marker then writing on top just to say what they are. So when you open the drawer, you can just quickly pull out what you need. So I'm going to put a layer of the matte top coat on. And give it a little bit of, I'm getting loads of hearts there. I can see it out the corner of my eye. Now, just double check that you have all your side walls fully, you haven't skipped down any of your side walls. Okay, pop it into the lamp. It's a top coat, don't forget. So a top coat goes for button 3 on the CND lamp. Not in the new collection, but Love Lobster All in Element. Oh yeah, they're classics, aren't they? Maria, do you know what? I thought they were very similar to other colours as well, but when I looked at them in the flesh, they are very different. They're lovely, I have to say. Lobster is my all-time favourite. Not sure what my all-time favourite is. There's so many to choose from. You could really be spoiled. And then don't forget, you can layer all your colours. Like, I mean, I don't think people... I love layering colours because you can get so many different looks, and you can maximise, even if you've only got a small collection. If you work out a few nice layering colours, you can get great variety in there. And of course, then you have the little nail art, like with stamping and the foils. You know, you don't even need to have a huge collection to be able to offer a lot of choice to people. You just need to kind of get out of your comfort zone and think outside of the box a little bit. Now, next stage, we are going to take off our inhibition layer. Now, make sure you really take that inhibition layer off very well, right? Because the next thing we're going to do is put on a little bit of foil, and I don't want it sticking on anywhere else in the design. So if you don't, I know some people, you mightn't have the matte top coat, so your other option then would be to just put on, we'll say, one of the regular top coats, so the original or the Express 5. Take off your inhibition layer, and you could use like, do you know the green foils? I can't remember. Some of the girls tell me what the name of the green foil is again. It's a really light buffer. You can just buff off that, the shine off the top coat, so it'll give you a matte finish. Just if you don't have the matte top coat, of course, that involves more work. The matte coat is there. You just wipe it off and it's already mattified. Now, I will use, for this one, my S1 brush. I'm apologising in advance for my S1 brush, okay? Because it has seen better days. It's a little bit bent from use. I love this. This is, I think, if you were to choose a brush, we'll say 2 brushes that anybody should have would be the D3 and the S1. In my opinion, I would use them all the time. I think they're the most useful. Where are we going here? Now, I am going to do a line, and then I'm going to press foil into it. The easiest thing to do, you could use the Lucente foil gel if you wanted to, or you could just, because it's shellac, any of the dark shellacs will work beautifully with this, okay? So I'm just happen to have Plum Paisley beside me, so I'm going to use a little bit of it. No, it's actually the green glossing block brush, foil, green gloss block. Here, I'm not saying nothing else now because I'm starting to talk rubbish. Okay, so look, a nice little bit of product. You're going to place it, and look at, it's your nail art, so you can do whatever you want. I'm just literally sliding it on like that. Nice line. Okay. I don't want it too deep, and I don't want it like too chunky looking. All right. That has to go in and now and have a full cure as well, okay? So I'm going to pop that back into the lamp. And we will go back to looking at the colours. Just to give you an idea, nice and bright, something cool. Yeah, 1 minute on this on the lamp. That's because it's plum paisley, it's still a shellac colour. So even though I've just done that one stripe, we're going to cure it for 1 minute. So button 2S on the lamp. And then we are going to get some foil. And I have to say, foil is just the best thing ever. It's so easy to use. It's so versatile. You can create so many different looks. Licente have really gone to town with they've brought out beautiful floral ones. Oh, you know, your choices are endless, and they're so quick and easy to use, and they're great and handy for anybody then who's not really, you know, very artistic, but you know, they can add a whole different dimension to your nail art quickly and easily. Now I happen to have just this guy. Now this is just an old foil that I have because I thought I had a plain gold one, but I don't. But I like the fact then that it's dimensional. But you could use any colour foil that you want. Like this is just what I like. So I'm just popping off a little bit there. Foil. Just make sure that when you're pressing this into place that the coloured-y bit is facing you, okay? And the not coloured-y bit, so the silvery bit or the backing foil, you're placing down on your pattern, okay? So coloured is looking at you, and this literally just presses in on top of the, look, just press it in on top of the cured plum paisley. Quick and easy. If you wanted to, now what you could do is you could decant some top coat, and you could outline your design, your foil design, with just top coat. And then you'd have like this, the whole nail would be matte and the line would be shiny. So you could have that dimension to it. Or else you could just paint the whole nail in top coat and have the whole thing shiny. You like it, Rebecca? It's cute, isn't it? And it's quick and it's easy. So I'm just going to seal the whole thing in here with my Duraforce top coat. Hold on, I just take that out of the way because you know what? Now we're back. Seal your extension edge and push it up into your cuticle line, down your side walls, down your other side wall, and even out your application. Daniela, you have to try foils. Foils are the easiest thing in the world to use, and they've loads and loads and loads of choice, but they're quick and easy. And like, I mean, I'm not the most arty person in the world, but at the same time, I would use foils all the time, and you can create so many different looks. I'm just going to pop this guy into the lamp and I will chat to you then. So, yeah, foil. And you know what? Foil isn't expensive either. Like, I mean, it comes in a roll like this. I think there's like 1.5 meters. This is like Licente's orange foil. I love this orange foil. I think it's fabulous. And again, it works so well with a lot of colours. Yeah. And you know what, Diane? I'm all for the belief that we're in work to make money. You know, we all have to. It's not a charity, so, you know, it has to be quick and easy and fast and effective. Like, I wouldn't have time to sit and take ages and ages to do designs. Like, they're fabulous to look at, but economically it has to be quick. Teresa, do you need training for foil? No, well, you know what, we do, if you've done one of the art courses, CND or Sweet Squared run an ultimate nail art day, which is great because they touch on all the different art techniques. So you'll do foils and you'll do glitters and you'll do stamping, and you know, it's a great day. You don't need to bring a model with you. There's a lot of variety. It kind of gives you the basics and the basic techniques And after that, then you can be playing away and just get used to using them. So that's inhibition layer. Just remember, you're wiping off your inhibition layer with alcohol. You would always, don't forget, your inhibition layer is uncured gel. You always wipe it down off the nail. Don't go in now and start wiping it and then rubbing all over the person's skin and everything, because what you're doing then is you're putting uncured gel all over the skin, and that's not good. So catch it, bring it, wipe it, but pull it down off the nail because it's cleaner then. All right. And the final step in any shellac application, of course, is to apply your oil. So a little bit of cuticle oil, solar oil, massage it in. As you're massaging that in, you are talking to your client and telling her exactly why it's important to use her oil, why, you know, what the benefits are, and then you give her a bottle to bring home with her. Okay, I'll just take off this one glove and I'll show you my hand, and I hope they're all reasonable. So that's just to give you an idea of the colours together. So where's my little, hold on now till I get something to point at this. Look at that colour. That's the one I was telling you about, the peachy one. It's Rule Breaker. Isn't it gorgeous? And you know what? All of those colours, look how well they work together. They're really nice, aren't they? So just quickly now, because I'm going to finish up now because it's gone past. I can't believe it's 6:45. That's 45 minutes. Like, I mean, where did that time go? It just flew in, didn't it? So, Sue, why did I use the matte coat? I used the matte coat because I wanted to just get the foil to only stick to the line of plum paisley that I put on. If I hadn't used the matte coat, acted like a buffer between the colour and the foil line that I put in. If I hadn't put on that top coat, the foil would have stuck to everything because it would have stuck to the inhibition layer of the colours. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. So just quickly now, that's Smile Maker. Look, lovely little buttercup colour. Mover and Shaker is the base colour that I used. That's that Change Sparker. Rule Breaker. And what's that one? Chance Taker, is it? Yeah. So the only other one that I didn't use was Self Lover. And I'll just show you that. So it's like a paler version of, well, I suppose, what would you call that now? It's like a light, very light peach. Now, okay, so let me just flip you guys back over. So that was good. I hope you enjoyed it. I did anyway, and yeah, I can't believe the time. Like, I know I can talk, I'm well able to talk, but at the same time, that time flew in. I thought, oh my God, this is only going to be like 20 minutes. What else am I going to do for another 20 minutes? So it's great. Again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope I inspired you with some simple and easy design. The colours, as I say, are lovely. If you have any questions or something that I done or I said and you weren't sure, just pop the questions in the comment box and I'll follow on later on this evening. Or you could also put up a question and we'll say Sweet Squared or in the CND Nail Professional group and just tag me, and I'll answer it when I get a chance. And other than that, thank you very much for sharing your evening with me and helping me to get over my nerves of my first live. So listen, enjoy the rest of your evening and thanks a million for joining me and take care. Bye.